Hi, and welcome to the Mirrix Tapestry and Bead Looms weekly Friday video. I'm Elena, Marketing Director.
And I'm Claudia, President of Mirrix Looms.
Today we're going to be talking about warp coils for tapestry on Mirrix Looms. So, to start out, Claudia, what warp coils come with the Mirrix Looms that you can weave tapestry on, which is the 12-inch, the 16-inch, the 22-inch, 32-inch, and the 38-inch loom?
They all come with 4 warp coils and in this cute little bag. And the smallest one is the 8 dent. The next one is 12, 14, and the largest one is an 18 dent coil.
What if you forget which is which?
Well, that means you forget everything I said in this.
Yeah, okay. If you're not watching this video.
Well, then you take your loom and you hook your coil. You put your coil on the top.
This is also how you put your coil
on the top, right? Like that, right? Or you didn't see me do that, but yeah. And you measure an inch, and you count how many dents are in the inch. It's really simple.
So a dent is what?
A dent is the space between the coils. And so the longer your coil, the more dents you're going to have in an inch.
So that's why an 18 dent coil per inch has 18 dents.
Right, exactly.
Easy.
The other question we get a lot about tapestry is what coil do I use? It's something you're really going to have to experiment with. I tend to not do fine, small format work. Some people weave 20, 22 dents per inch. And yes, you can get those coils. The smallest coil we have is 8 dents per inch. The largest is 18. We sell the ones that don't come with a loom, so you can get a 16, you can get a 20, and a 22. And the other thing about the fact that you don't have to put your warp in every dent. So you can, for example, use a 14 dent coil, and every other dent gets 7 dents per inch, which is my favorite warp set. And that works with a kind of worsted weight yarn, something, fairly thick, much thicker, let's say, than a sock yarn. Or you could use an 18 dent coil, 3 dent, every 3 dents. So you have a lot of options with these coils.
And basically what you want to do is make sure that your warp's not showing. So you have to think about how thick your warp is and how thick your weft is.
Yes, and your so it's warp set, warp size, and weft size. So that if you're weaving 20, 22 dents per inch, you're going to use a very fine warp, and you're going to use a very fine weft. If you use too thick a weft, it will not cover the warp threads, and you won't be weaving a tapestry. You'll probably be just weaving a mess. And the other thing I want to talk about, I don't have a tapestry loom set up to show you, but one way to determine what your weft size is, you have your warps on your loom like this. You take your weft and you put it in between your warp threads, vertically. And if it fills up a space that's greater than that, then you know that your weft is too thick. If it's way too thin for that space, you know your weft is too thin.
That's a great way.
Yeah, and you really need to experiment. You need to find out what warp set makes you happy. I mean, I could not weave 20 ends per inch. The most I've ever done is 12, and I was not happy doing it. So it depends who you are and what you like to do, and tapestry weavers tend to like to experiment a lot anyway.
So that's that.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks.